Well, what do we have here? PlayStation Store, top downloads of 2020. Pretty curious to see what's on this list. Oh, wait a minute, what do we have here? Ghost of Tsushima outsold Last of Us Part 2. Take that, Neil Cuckman. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have it better tomorrow. You know, what's very interesting about this article is the fact that you don't have very many articles talking about this. You know, I love how you see, like, all the game journalists coming out and they're like, oh, Last of Us Part 2, masterpiece, 10 out of 10, stunning and brave. And, you know, then they talk about the 4 million sales that it got, but it's funny because after that, it just died down. It was over with. And then Ghost of Tsushima, they try to talk about how bad that game was, how it was instant-phobic, and, you know, all this stuff, right? But they kept, you know, for a long time praising Last of Us Part 2 and defending that game. And, you know, it got a lot of sales still because of the goodwill of the first game. Because the first game, people loved the first one, you know? And then the second one, as people tried to avoid spoilers, there were still people that were going to buy it, obviously. But the thing of it is that people hate that game. Last of Us Part 2 is so terrible. It was sitting on shelves, just rotting there, while Ghost of Tsushima was selling out. And then you have these sales. And out of this entire list, what do they prove? They prove that the gamers love Ghost of Tsushima, that it sold out. You know, and you don't see any game journalists trying to talk about that, though. Oh, no, not at all. Yeah, so much for The Last of Us Part 2 being good. Because that game is trash. That game is trash. But right here, this is the real final result, because this right here shows you what real gamers and what real fans want. They want a good game, a game that's going to be fun, a game that's going to be enjoyable. Because you know Naughty Dog, they went around and they made people, you know, give them good reviews by paying them. You know, they paid for that. And, you know, I didn't get to talk about the Game Awards because, you know, my father passing away and everything, but that's all rigged, and we all know it. It was trash. You know that they were all just doing that to be like, oh yes, it's so stunning and brave. You know, that game is trash. Everybody knows those award shows are rigged, and Ghost of Tsushima looks like the game that should have got Game of the Year, in my opinion. At least one of them. But Last of Us Part 2 definitely should not have been nominated for Game of the Year at all. In fact, I don't think it was deserving of any of its nominees, in my personal opinion. But that's just me. Now, of course, game journalists aren't talking about this really. Other than this one that is stating this. Ghost of Tsushima beats Last of Us 2 as the most downloaded PS4 exclusive of 2020. Sucker Punch's latest title was the 5th most downloaded PS4 game of 2020, narrowly beating Last of Us Part 2. Narrowly beating it? So where's your evidence? Because I don't see that. Like, the funny thing is that this article does not have any evidence providing anything saying that it narrowly did that. So I question, how do you know that they narrowly beat Last of Us Part 2 when you have nothing to prove your claim? Like, I'm genuinely curious. How do these game journalists know this, okay? You know, there's nothing in this article that even proves it. I mean, so I question how they knew that. I mean, if you were to look at the article right here, you know, it just says it's official. Tsushima was the most downloaded PlayStation exclusive of 2020. The results come directly from PlayStation, which posts the details about the digital store's performance. And then, you know, goes on to say that the PlayStation's blog announcement takes a look at the most downloaded PS5, PS4, and PSVR titles of 2020. You know, it shows Call of Duty here. PlayStation exclusives heavily represented on the list, which has, you know, Ghost of Tsushima came away on top. You know, talking about that. But they don't give a number. You know, they say, followed by Last of Us Part 2 in the 6th and Final Fantasy VII Remake in the 9th. It's a bit shocking to see Ghost of Tsushima beating out the long-awaited sequel to The Last of Us, but no doubt it's deserving of the title. See, there's the salt. But, like I said, in this article, there is zero proof of it narrowly beating The Last of Us Part 2 as they claim. So, you know, that's kind of funny. And then you go down, you look at this, see, like I said, no numbers in their article here proving it narrowly beat it as they state. Like I said, this is beautiful. This is good to see that Ghost of Tsushima came out on top. And, you know, good job, Sucker Punch. And I've already heard that they're going to be making a sequel to the game, that they're hiring people for it. So this is great. And big thing to look at here is that people love to play a fun game. They don't want to play something that's going to make you miserable like The Last of Us Part 2. And when people talk about Ghost of Tsushima, they talk about how much of a fun and interesting game it is. And I mean, it's a fantastic game. I can totally see why people would say, hey, look, I love it. Because it's fun, and more of it, it sounds like a great thing. I mean, this looks like good news, but more good news for this is that Ghost of Tsushima fans have helped raise $260,000 for repairs on the real island shrine. Thanks, fans, for helping repair damage. Isn't that awesome? And it's funny because while there's this article talking about how the fans actually raised money to actually help rebuild the shrine, and I mean, this is awesome. And it's interesting to see that game journalists won't talk about this. They will not talk about this. Very few outlets at all have even brought up this news. Ghost of Tsushima fans have helped raise more than $260,000 to rebuild the shrine on the real Japanese island. Yuichi Hirayama, a priest at Tsushima's Watasumi Shrine, launched a crowdfunding page in November to help rebuild a torii gate that recently collapsed during a typhoon. The crowdfunding effort concluded on Sunday with more than 540% of its 5 million JPY, $47,500 goal raised. Over 2,000 people contributed to the project, including many fans of Sucker Punch's PlayStation game. I mean, that is beautiful. To think that there were fans of Ghost of Tsushima that helped support this. I mean, that is amazing. That is beautiful. I mean, that is awesome. And, you look at these game journalists and what do? They've been trying for months to smear this game. And, they don't even cover this. They don't cover how good this was. How much of a good thing it was that people, including Ghost of Tsushima fans, helped rebuild the gate. I mean, seriously. It's ridiculous. But it goes to show you that game journalists are nothing but hacks that people shouldn't listen to. Because, it's all about their agendas. They don't really care about gaming. And you would think, like I said, that with how good this was and how cool this was, that, fans even jumped in to repair this. That, for one, this was repaired. That was already really awesome that people pitched in. But some of them being fans of Ghost of Tsushima, that's awesome. You'd think they talk about it. But no, they don't talk about that. And, that's the thing. You look at it, though. This is a good win for Ghost of Tsushima and Sucker Punch. They deserve it. They deserve this win. I mean, they made a fun game that people love, enjoy. There's going to be a sequel coming out. I mean, this is what should have probably been Game of the Year right here, in my opinion. This is probably one of the games that should have actually been Game of the Year right here. And seeing that these sales are better than The Last of Us Part 2 is telling. It really is. It's very, very telling. And I gotta say that Sucker Punch, you did an excellent job. Continue to keep up the good work, and hope to see what you have in store for the future. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.